Yo, what is going on, boys? Welcome back. It is MMA Jack, and today we are breaking down the main card of UFC Saudi Arabia, Adesanya versus Imavov. Thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. Really appreciate it. We went crazy. We gained 25 subs, over 50 comments, bunch of likes, bunch of views. Really appreciate it. And if you're new here, welcome to the MMA Jack channel. We'd love to have you. We're building a great community, and we did really well on the card too. We went 4-1. We got the Merab upset correct, and the only fight we missed was the Yuri Hill fight, which was, really good fight, entertaining, so who cares? Timestamps will be in the description. If you need to go to a specific fight, you can use those. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out, and it's free to you. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're doing a giveaway at 100 subs. If the momentum continues like it did last video, we'll be there next video, and one of you will win some money. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into these fights. Kicking off the main card, we got Mike Davis and Fares Ziam. It was supposed to be Ikram Aliskerov versus Andre Muniz, but apparently there were some visa issues and that fight got postponed. No worries though, this is still a good fight. We got Fares Ziam coming off that insane knockout of Matt Frevola. I don't know if you guys saw, I think the UFC released some footage about that knockout, and what had happened was Ray Longo told Ziam to turn around Frevola to turn around when Ziam had him in the clinch, and he turned around into a knee, and that just absolutely sent him to the shadow realm. It was bad, but good looks for Ziam. Mike Davis, very inactive fighter, but he's pretty good from what I've gathered. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about this guy, but I've been doing a little bit of research. Apparently he won the Tiger Muay Thai competition and got to train there for free for a year or something, and they paid for his housing. And he's had a decent run here in the UFC. He's 4-1, his only loss being to Gilbert Burns, which is a respectable loss to have, obviously. And his other competition has been pretty decent, like Natan Levy and someone else. I was going to bring him up, but I forget who it was. But regardless, I think what we're looking at here is Fares Ziam being a more dominant striker than Mike Davis, but Mike Davis may have the edge in wrestling. Well, he probably does, actually, because Fares Ziam got taken down 7 times by Claudio Puelles, which is not good looks. Even though he ended up winning the fight, it's still not good looks. I think he has improved a lot, though, because Frevola can definitely wrestle, and I remember he was trying to get him down there, and Ziam was able to overturn that and ended up finishing him on the feet. Pause. So, for my official prediction, I think I'm going to go Ziam, the slight underdog here. I like the activity out of him. I don't like how Mike Davis is out for 2+ years, and he barely ever fights. You don't see him fight much. So, not a confident prediction. I would stay away from this one if you're a betting man. It's a very close fight, but give me Fares Ziam, probably by decision. Now for this next fight, we got Said Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Olivera. I am very excited for this fight. I'm very excited about Vinicius Olivera. If you watch my awards video, you would know that he was runner-up for KO of the year. He had that crazy KO with the flying knee on Sopaj, and super excited to see him get back in here. I'm going to go with him for this fight, bias his side. Said Nurmagomedov is pretty good on the feet, and he's not your typical Nurmagomedov. He's from the other side of the mountain, or the other Nurmagomedov family, whatever. His grappling is obviously very good, but it's not comparable to Khabib or Islam. And on the feet, he's good as well, like I mentioned, but he's not great. He's lost to Jonathan Martinez, and I don't know. He's just not your typical Nurmagomedov. You don't really have to worry too much about him when you hear that last name. But Vinicius Olivera is awesome. Heavy underdog against Ricky Simón in his last fight. Proved that he can stop the takedown. I think Ricky Simón's grappling is a lot more dominant than Said Nurmagomedov's. I mean, he literally beat Merab. He was the last guy to beat Merab. And Said is more of a point striker, in my opinion, in the fights that I've watched him. You don't really see any KO power, finishing ability from him. So I think as long as Vinicius can stay on the feet, which it seems like he can, I trust his takedown defense, especially after watching that Ricky Simón fight. And I think he can comfortably win this, probably by decision. It's pretty rare to have a knockout with Said Nurmagomedov. Like, he doesn't really get finished. If he loses, it's by decision. But who knows? This guy's a beast. The world's his oyster, and we're going to go with him for the official prediction here. So for the feature fight of this card, we got Sergei Pavlovich and Jairzinho Rozenstruik, which I just wanted to say real quick. This featured fight is literally better than the featured fight on 312. 312 is an abomination, and we'll discuss that in a future video, but RIP to the Australia fans. Great fight here. Definitely probably will see a finish. I think it will be a Pavlovich knockout. He's been on a tough skid his last two fights. He lost to Aspinall in, I think, like under 2 minutes. And then he lost a decision pretty badly to Volkov. But you almost forgot that Pavlovich was flatlining the entire division within the first round every single time before those losses came. And Rozenstruik is a good kickboxer. His grappling is good as well, but I don't think it's anything Pavlovich couldn't defend. So I think this is a pretty clear cut here. There's always the chance that Rozenstruik knocks him out. And who knows, coming off 2 losses, maybe that's what we see. Maybe he lost his confidence. But I'm finding it pretty hard to believe that will happen. If you do think that will happen, I would take the under on this fight. That way you got both sides covered, because I think it's pretty risky to bet on Rozenstruik. But regardless, it'll be a good fight. I think we'll see a finish for sure. And it's a great featured fight for this card. So let's get on to the co-main event. What an absolute banger we have here, boys. We got MVP and Shara, the Bullet, Magomedov, facing off in Saudi Arabia. I am so excited for this fight. Now, this is a one-off fight for MVP. He usually fights at welterweight, but he's going up to fight at middleweight. He said in an interview, because it was just going to be such a dope fight, he really wanted to do it. So I think he plans to go back down to welterweight after this. But wow, am I excited. We got 2 electric strikers here. They both take a karate Muay Thai style and kind of morph them into their style. You know, they're both electric. Shara has incredible kicks. His striking, or his boxing, is pretty good as well. And he's super unorthodox, as is MVP. And there's potential that this could be boring, but I don't think so, because of just they're both very unorthodox, but it's in a way that I think meshes very well for a good fight together. I don't see much grappling happening in this fight. I think Shara said he would stand on the feet, and obviously that's MVP's plan. But as for a prediction, I'm leaning towards MVP. Reason being is because of the Ian Gary fight. He outstruck Ian Gary, and Ian Gary is very good. I mean, a lot of people, make memes about him being a cuck, and he is a cuck, and it's funny. But a lot of people forget that he's really good. I was there for the UFC 310 fight against Shavkat, and he looked really, really good. And I know Shavkat was injured or coming into the fight, but he still did a lot better than most people thought that he would. So now that performance has aged pretty well. MVPs. I mean, he took Shavkat's back and almost choked him out. MVP was able to neutralize the grappling. Now, he didn't win those grappling exchanges, but he was able to neutralize them. So I think Shara does not have, obviously he comes from the mountains, so you would think that he has an incredible grappling background. I don't think it's anything too noteworthy. Obviously, he can hold his own in the wrestling and probably submissions as well. But I don't know. I think MVP's the more aggressive striker. I think he actually hits harder than Shara does. I mean, we've seen Shara in sticky situations multiple times with guys who he really shouldn't be in sticky situations with. Pause. I'm getting hella sus this video. But yeah, I think MVP can do this here. I think he's a little bit better on the feet, and I'm actually going to take MVP by knockout. Call me crazy, but I think this is the perfect match for him to win. He needs a win in the UFC, and I think he's going to do it here. I totally could see Shara winning as well, but I don't know. Something's just telling me MVP is going to knock him out, so we'll see you at the main event. Now, this fight is tricky. Israel Adesanya and Nassourdine Imavov. Imavov is one of those guys where I don't really know how he got to number 5, to be honest. Like, I know his fights. I've watched his fights, but I'm still kind of in disbelief he's at number 5. And maybe that's just me being biased. But I don't know. He's never really impressed me too much. I mean, even the last fight he had with Brendan Allen, I remember he did well, but Brendan Allen dominated him the whole first round. And I think Izzy's levels above Brendan Allen. Now, not saying that MMA math always works, but I'm having a tough reason finding why Imavov is so close in the odds. I feel like if I were the odds makers, I would set Izzy at like minus 250, minus 300, and Imavov at like plus 200, plus 250. Because I think Izzy is I think Izzy is better everywhere except for the grappling. And even, I don't know, Izzy looked really good against DDP before he got finished too. I think his takedown defense has improved and his grappling has improved. Now, I guess one of the reasons I could agree with the odds being close is because the age. We're not sure about Izzy's motivation at this point. This is his first non-title fight in like years, and he's coming off some losses. So that can definitely play a factor. And Imavov has good grappling, like I said. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting the Merab Umar feeling here, like last week, where it's like, I don't know if the odds should be this close. I feel like the veteran skill of Izzy and Nassourdine Imavov has never really beat a super top level opponent. He always falls short in those fights. I could see Izzy just picking him apart on the feet. I think he's clearly better on the feet. And I think he could shut down the grappling. Even if Imavov could take him down, I don't really see him being able to finish Izzy on the ground. Like DDP is really good at grappling, and he just has brute strength and endless cardio. We've seen Imavov gas out multiple times, like in the Strickland fight. I don't know. I'm really leaning towards Izzy on this. I don't know if he's going to finish him. It could be another classic Adesanya decision, but I'm going to go with Izzy. Put my trust in the veteran. I think we'll get it done here, and maybe we'll see another title run from Adesanya. Who knows? I mean, if anyone deserves it, he does. So, thanks for tuning in, boys. Really appreciate it. Again, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you agree or disagree, want to banter in the comments, go ahead and do that. And hopefully we'll hit 100 subs from this video, and we can get that giveaway going. So enjoy the fights, and we'll see you for the next card.